Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Juan Rodas. Today we have defender for the Guatemala national team, sub-17, U-17, Kevin Mendoza. Kevin, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
For sure. Thank you for accepting our invitation today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you because we are a high schooler. You do training and you have homework. So thank you for taking your time out of your day doing this for me. To start off, Kevin, talk to us about like the sports that you. I mean, you are 15, but talk to us about the sports that you have played throughout your career so far.
Um, Basically, I've only played soccer. I started playing when I was 4, and ever since then, I'd never tried any other sports. I've never thought about trying any other sports. I've only done soccer.
For sure. And so you started at 4. When did you start? Playing at a high level.
Um, Growing up, I always played an age group up, basically, because I've always played with my cousin my entire life.
Yeah.
Basically, until I got to Atlanta, and I played with him, and I would only play because he would tell the other coaches about me, like to let me play.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I just started playing from there, and I started taking it seriously and started playing at this academy called LSA in town where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Started playing there at 12.
For sure. And now transitioning to something else, Kevin, what team would you like to play for when you would grow up? Well, when you do grow up.
Definitely, it would have to be Atlanta, because it's my hometown. It would just be a dream come true.
For sure. And is there any favorite player in particular that you have?
Definitely from Atlanta or no from Atlanta?
Anywhere in general.
Yeah, it definitely have to be Marcelo.
Marcelo. The left back for Real Madrid?
Definitely.
For sure. And talk to us more about yourself. Talk to us about how old are you, what position you play, and talk to us about your parents as well.
I'm 15. I just turned 15 in November last year, and my mom is from Mexico, Hidalgo, Mexico, and my dad's from Aguacatan, Guatemala, and yeah, I live in a small town an hour away from Atlanta, called Gainesville. I grew up there my whole life, so basically every day I travel an hour and 20 or 30 to training, and yeah, it's been my third year at Atlanta. Been doing that same routine every day, and I'm just a regular kid. I go to high school and do all that.
For sure. And we know from what you just told us, you could play for USA once if you get the opportunity. You could play for Mexico and Guatemala. But for you, Kevin, what national team would you like to play for when you grow up? Or even obviously right now sub-17, but eventually, what team for you?
Yeah, honestly, that's a really tough question to be honest. But I mean, anything can happen in the future. Bunch of surprises. Like I can play for Mexico, Guatemala, or the U.S. But I like to play for Guatemala, and the reason I say that is because there's a lot of talent. It's just people don't know it. People don't have a lot of faith, but one day they'll realize it, and I'm pretty sure in the future, if I got called up too, I would definitely go.
For sure. And now transitioning back to Atlanta, how did you start in Atlanta? Was there a training? Was there a trial that you had to go to? Talk to us about that.
The first year, so when they barely made Atlanta, and they had started the academy team before the actual pro team. So, and there was about 300 kids at the first tryout, the open ID, and then from there they cut it down to 60. And I made that list, and then they cut it down to the final roster, which is 22.
And you made it.
Yeah.
Wow. And now that you've been there 3 years, how's it going? You told us you have to travel very very far just to get the training, but overall experience, how is it? And talk to us about how is training and everything.
It's really good. The first year, I was just kind of getting used to playing at that high level, because I was just playing at a small club in Gainesville, and so there was a lot more kids that knew a lot more about the game, studying the game and all that stuff. But I got with it. The second year has probably been my best year, which was last year.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I just had a really good year last year, but it has been a very good 3 years at Atlanta.
For sure. And you told me before that you got injured. Talk to us about that injury.
Well, yeah, basically, I've just gone back. So when I went to Guatemala, like, I didn't get hurt there. I've just been, like, it was a pain that I've had for a while, but it would just come and go. But then I guess when I got back from Guatemala, and so I was 2 weeks late to preseason because I was at camp. But then I had gone back and I wasn't feeling too well, and so I had to do rehab. I had to get back into, and now I've gone back into shape now, and everything's just gotten better now.
For sure. And now talking about Guatemala, you're born in Atlanta. How did it come about? You know, you told me something about earlier that you talked to an Asian or something like that, but talk to us more in depth of how you got to Guatemala and go to a camp there for La Sub-17, the U-17.
So it was this guy named Anthony Chinchilla. He's the agent of Alan Yanis. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah. No, Red Bulls.
Yeah, from Red Bulls. So we had talked about it, and he's the one who contacted the coach and helped me out. And he was a big help because if it wasn't for him, then I wouldn't have gone to the camp. And I had to show him tape and everything. And then, well, we just talked it out, and coaches liked it. They said they wanted to see me. And so I went, and then, yeah, I just went to camp after that, basically.
For sure. And right now, recently we saw the groups that Guatemala's in there with USA, Bermuda, and Canada. From your stay there, how long were you there for?
I was there for 2 weeks.
So from the 2 weeks that you were there and from the recent games that you might have seen, what do you think are the possibilities that Guatemala could qualify to the next round after the first stage, or even possibly make it to the mundial, hopefully?
That's a hard question, but yeah, I honestly think that there's potential. It just needs a little bit more training to get everything right. But honestly, I see a lot of potential, and it's just there's so much talent. There's just not always the money sometimes.
For sure, I completely agree with you on that one, especially. Hopefully they do make it, which will be their second mundial, which their first appearance was in 2011 con la Sub-20. But now, what is your long-term goal, Kevin? Like, where do you see yourself, and possibly you're only 15. Where do you see yourself in like five years?
My long-term goal is eventually, I want to sign. My dream is to sign for Atlanta United, for my hometown team, and that's all I want to do right now. That's all I'm worrying about, just at the team that I'm at right now. So that's my long-term goal.
For sure. And do you have any short-term goal?
Right now, it's just to get back into the style that I was playing last year, and just keep on working day in, day out. And if I can do that, then it'll just come eventually. I just have to be consistent.
Most definitely. And now going back to Guatemala, you were there for 2 weeks. From what you were telling us, talk to us about the difference level, because like how you said, a lot of people, or a lot of us Chapines, don't really believe in the players over there. They always talk crap about us. They don't believe in anything. But from your two weeks of being there, playing in Guatemala, and playing 3 years now in Atlanta, and seeing the different level, talk to us about it.
A lot over there is a lot of physical, but a lot of physical. Technical won't always be the best over there, but it's not the worst. There's some players that can stand out a lot, and honestly, there can be a lot of like young talents over there.
For sure. And now, obviously, you play for Atlanta United. You've seen big players like Joseph Martinez, who just broke the record this past season. Almiron, who just signed with Newcastle. And now the new signing, Pogba from Guinea. Have you seen them, or like do you talk to them? Do you have like time to interact with them, or like do you train near them?
Yeah, we train at the same facility. They were just in LA recently.
Yeah.
So I haven't really seen them lately, but yeah, I've seen them before. I mean, coaches and coaching staff tell us like not to like ask for pictures, this and that, because you want to make them feel at home.
True.
Yeah, you don't want to be begging for like pictures or like, can you sign this? You just always want to make them feel like they're at home. So if we see them around like in the gym or in the training room, then we'll say hey or what's up, but we won't be asking for pictures.
Okay. And now going back to la selección sub-20 de Guatemala, have you seen the recent games against Costa Rica or no?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the Costa Rica game, and I saw some against the Belize. I saw most of Belize's game.
Well, what did you think overall about both those games? Obviously, they won against Belize, they lost against El Salvador, and the first game against Costa Rica they tied, and the second one they lost. What do you think?
I mean, against Belize, not to be mean, but Belize is not a very good team, but they performed well. Yeah. They performed well, but against Costa Rica, they gave a really good match that first game, and that second game, I'm pretty sure they gave a good match because it was 0-0 at half.
For sure. In exactly 2 weeks, la selección mayor, the national team of Guatemala, is going to play against El Salvador out here in Los Angeles, and they're going to play against Costa Rica, I think March 24th or 23rd in Guatemala. Are you going to see these games?
Most likely, yes.
Yeah. And from your opinion, who's your favorite team in Guatemala? Or do you even have a favorite team in Guatemala?
Yeah, it had to be Cremas, for sure.
Comunicaciones?
Yeah.
Okay. And from your also opinion, who do you think is the best player that's come out of Guatemala?
El Pescadito Ruiz, for sure.
Pescadito Ruiz?
Yeah.
I completely agree. And from your also opinion again, what do you think Guatemala has to do to achieve a Copa Mundial, to go to the World Cup for the first time ever? Because we've seen Panama, who just recently did it, El Salvador has done it, Honduras, Mexico have all done it. But what do you think Guatemala has to do to go to the first World Cup ever?
It's just working and working and working day in and day out. Obviously the money's not always there, but the thing that I like about there, because they always have the money, like here in the U.S., they always have the money, and it's just that the U.S. se conforma, and in Guatemala, I see a lot of desire. A lot of desire. Ellos quieren salir adelante. They always want to do everything for their family, and it's just, I admire that because they just work so hard over there.
For sure. And obviously you're 15. What are you, a sophomore in high school?
I'm a freshman.
Freshman in high school, wow.
Yeah.
So you have 3 more years possibly to graduate. But I don't know if you've even thought about it, but is there any university that you would like to play for? Or even that you have in mind, or have you even given it thought?
Definitely Wake Forest.
Wake Forest?
Yeah.
Is that near you or no?
Yeah, that's in North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. And you were talking to us about Marcelo being your favorite player. Is he the player that you admire or no? Or is there somebody else that you look up to?
Yeah, that's Marcelo. I really like how he plays. I like his style and everything.
Any other players that you like?
I really like Greg Garza.
From Atlanta, but he just got traded to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you could talk to us more in depth of how was the campamento in Guatemala, how did they treat you? Talk to us about your daily routine, or even what you would do from the beginning of the morning, or even till when you went to sleep. Talk to us about that.
So I got there on a Wednesday, and I left on Saturday, and it was for 2 weeks. I struggled a little bit, and it was hard to breathe for me. The first day, I remember that it was really hard for me, and I couldn't get with it. But then, day in, day out, I just started getting used to it. So that helped once I got used to it. And the daily routine was waking up at breakfast at 9:30 a.m. and then gym at 11:30, and then we eat lunch at 2, and then training starts at 4. and then we would eat right when we get back in, and then we would still eat like 2 hours later. For the last.
And how were the training sessions compared to the sessions that you have out here with Atlanta United?
I mean, over there it's always physical. It's just physical work, physical work, physical work. I mean, there was some technical drills, but it was just different than over here in Atlanta.
And then who would you say from the teams that you've played for, who do you think is your best teammate?
My best teammate would have to be our goalkeeper in Atlanta United. His name is Vicente Reyes. He plays for la seleccion de Chile right now.
Wow.
He's playing U-17. He's in Chile right now currently with la seleccion. And yeah, he's just been one of my best teammates. I've always siempre convivo con él outside of soccer, and he's just like a brother to me.
For sure. And talk to us about, what you do apart from soccer, because obviously, probably once you train a lot, you probably want to take your mind off it. What do you do?
In my free time, I mean, when I have breaks, I usually go train if I have training 5 days of the week and I don't have games, I go train on the weekends by myself. I do that, or I go run, just do all that. And then after I can do like my own stuff, I can get the work in, and then I can go with my friends here in town. Or on Sundays I go to church every day. So
for sure. And are there any other Guatemalan players that you've played with, not even in your category? Are there any others below or even above?
No, I've never ever played against one.
So you're the only one there?
Yeah, I'm the only one there.
Okay. And then from, obviously Atlanta United has great players. Almiron, who just left. Now Piti Martinez, who they just signed from River Plate. Who do you think is the best player from Atlanta?
At the moment, I think it had to be Martinez.
Martinez.
Joseph Martinez.
Yeah. Is there any specific why? Just because he broke the record? I mean, he's a beast.
He's always just there at the moment. No matter what, he's just always gonna show up every game.
For sure. Now, Kevin, transitioning to your season right now, what are your expectations for this upcoming season, and what are your goals?
So my goals, to be honest, I'm with the U-16s right now, which is my age group, 03s, but I'm really looking forward to get up with the 17s. I hope to get some minutes with them, and that's my goal for the end of the season.
For sure. And now to finalize the interview, Kevin, have you ever talked to Tata Martinez or even Frank, the new coach?
I've just said hi to him and shook his hand and all that. Just like that's it basically. You just gotta make them feel at home. So I don't want to attack them too much.
For sure. Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much, for taking your time out of your day. Thank you for doing this for me. I really do appreciate it. Best of luck in your high school, and hopefully all your dreams can come true. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Take care.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for looking at my video. If y'all liked it, please like and subscribe. I will be releasing more content soon. But like I said, if you guys could speak your word about me to your friends, colleagues, parents, cousins, that would be grateful. Thank you so much. See you next time.